It is now 2026. I feel like we've been talking about it and speculating for months, but it's finally here, which means it's officially the year of the 20th anniversary for the first Cars movie. And while the exact anniversary date isn't until June 9th, when the first movie came out in theaters in 2006, we're going to be celebrating all year long. Cars is my favorite thing in the world, as it is for many of you guys as well. And my plan to honor this amazing achievement, the community, the hobby, the franchise, for being alive and well as it is 20 years later, we're going to be reviewing a bunch of classic nostalgic Cars 1 characters and releases, even if Mattel doesn't release them within the year of 2026. Like last year, they did some great haulers. Jerry Recycled Batteries, Gil, Chet Boxcar. Those would have been perfect for the 20th anniversary, but hey, they came a year early. Now for Donna Pitts, she was released several years ago for her first time in Thailand, but she did just come back in 2025 with Jonathan Wrenchworth, who will also be reviewing the Thailand variant of. So, hey, maybe there isn't a Thailand variant of a said Cars 1 character. I still am probably going to look to it to maybe review. It's going to be a great year just in terms of going back down memory lane and hitting on all those nostalgia strings. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it, and it starts today here with a review of the Thailand variant of Donna Pitts. We're going to be unboxing the 2025 single of her here. She was in a few cases. I think she came out first in case N. No. It was P. I believe it was case P that she was first in with Ernie Gearson. I think Jonathan was also in that case, but it doesn't really matter. She was relatively easy to find, all things considered. And I just absolutely love looking at her artwork here. And, the parallel to that 2010 Final Lap Collection single is insane. I think they both look great. 15 years apart. Just wow. And she's gotten a few releases. She came out in 2013. I think 2022 or 3 she also got a release. So it's definitely not her first rodeo. But I'm really curious to see how she looks from Thailand, because she doesn't have any decals. So nothing really for Mattel to screw up in terms of blurriness. So this has the chance to be a really good Thailand variant. Even though I know we've now moved on back to China. So the whole new China thing has a bunch of variants in of itself, and we'll be doing those as well. But like I said, I really want to prioritize Cars 1 this year. I mean, it's deserved it, it's earned it. And yep, as you can see here, as seen in Cars 1, not quite 5-6 of them, yes, but Slim Hood, no. He's actually not even in Cars 3 per se, but he would have been a Cars 3 character. You have Sheriff Sally and Fillmore, and then you have a couple Piston Cup racers and Dave Alternators and Billy Oil Changer. I'll be right back with Donna all opened up.
So I surrender.
Here is Donna opened up, looking really good. I think this will probably be an improvement over the Chinese version, but don't want to speak too soon. There she is in Cars 1, just a background character in the Rust-eze tent when McQueen is trying to disguise himself and try and sneak his way in without getting noticed. I don't know, kind of silly. There's no way he wasn't going to get noticed. What was he going to do? Just hide behind the sign the entire time? Now, I do find it interesting that Donna was always kind of deemed like the Rusty Racer, not the Rusty Racer, but the Rust-eze tent participant, attendee, prime. Like, she was the leader. In terms of the diecast in Mattel's eyes, you have Fred, who got released early on in like 2007, 8, 9, and he's gotten released a bunch over the years. But Donna then was the first one that they did in 2010. Then you did get Jonathan Wrenchworth, and that was it until 2015 rolled around when they reopened the can of worms within the Rust-eze tent and did a slew of them. They re-released, Jonathan and Donna, McQueen would sign, and Fred, but you also got Andy Gearsdale, Michael Sparkburr, Japeth, and Jay Schuster. Now, fast forward to the post-Cars 3 era, we obviously got Donna and Jonathan back. Fred came back. McQueen with Sign came back multiple times. You even got Andy Gearsdale back and Jay Schuster, who ended up being one of the rarest releases in the Red Riders era. His Thailand variant is going to be insane in terms of price, especially as the years go on. But they never looked to Japeth or Michael Sparkber for a re-release, which I always just found strange. Like, if you're going to do Donna, Jonathan multiple times, why not just do Michael Sparkber or Japeth once? But they left those back in 2016. Japeth is kind of rare, Michael not really so much. So you could kind of get the complete collection on the Rust-eze tent pretty easily, which is good. I think that's a good thing. But yeah, let's dive in here. This is the original 2010 Donna. She was one of the first Final Lap singles released in early 2010. So if I were to have to guess the date stamp on her, I would probably say, let's go with, I think she was probably made in 2009. I'm going to say 347.9 as her date stamp. Let's see here. 313.9. So I was about 30 days off, but I'd say that is a win for me. That's pretty good to get within 30 days or so. So the major difference we're going to see right off the bat here is the expression. You know, they added the eyeliner to her eyelids there, enlarged the eyes. And I've said this before, I like that. You know, people push back. People think that I'm crazy for saying some of these things with the eyes, but I like how it makes her look more animated, makes her look realer within the Cars universe. Not realistic in terms of real life, but within the universe of Cars, the animation that Pixar provided. Whereas the original version looks so flat, you can't really even see the mouth. It just looks, I don't know, everything kind of blends together and there isn't much definition on the facial expression. And so that's why I do like that Thailand is kind of come in and done. You also, she's a little bit more of a yellow color, not as beigey. I feel like there's been a little bit more of a sepia tint added in there. The headlights are a little bit brighter. I feel like the mouth is more defined, whereas before it's just kind of like a brown smudge. Honestly, not great. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but she does have an eye plate on the original Chinese version. You can kind of see the cracks there around the windshield. That is a separate plastic piece from the main metal body. So, and I can even tell this new version's heavier because everything is one metal piece. She even had this bumper that was a plastic piece and a mouth plate that is a plastic piece. They do a really good job of hiding it on this Chinese Donna because of the nature of her quote-unquote paint job or lack thereof, just, complete rust. So it's not like a color of red that they had to match on the plastic. Like, no, because it's weathered, because it's all rusty, you're able to kind of get away with it. But yeah, she is extremely segmented. Front, back bumpers and the eye plate. That's pretty uncommon. I mean, there was a lot where it had, one or two of those, but all three is pretty crazy. And so this Thailand version is way heavier. Everything is one metal piece. Even the windows here are a part of the main metal body. So yeah, she's definitely heavier. Taking a look at the base real quick. T48 means she was produced during the 48th week of 2024. Because this, again, was an early 2025 release in Thailand. We'll see if she ever comes back. Again, now made in China, so we'll have a third variant of her. Now, I do think the 2013 version of Donna is a little different. That one might be a unibody, so it might be another kind of weight in between these two. She also has the plastic side view mirror here with the windows. That has been incorporated into the main metal body, so really giving Mattel credit here. But I do think it's easier for them to just have one piece, like boom, one fell swoop without connecting the bumper, the eyes, the side view mirror, the windows, the back bumper, all that, even if there's more plastic than metal. Now you are going to see some slight variances in the oxidation, the weathering, the rust, the wear and tear. Now, one thing I will say, I like the wheels on the Chinese version better. Those hubcaps are silver with the rust on top and the center rim there with the spokes. You don't have that with the Thailand version. The center hubcap is actually missing. It's just, the hole. You can see the axle inside. It's a darker gray with the rust, which looks fine, but I do prefer the silver. Like, that looks more like a real hubcap to me. You don't really see cars in real life that just have a massive hole that you could peer in to see the axle. Like, that doesn't really happen. Now this bottom runner board here is kind of black. There are parts that look black that before were brown. I always liked how they made the windows look dirty and grimy too. I feel like they did a better job maybe on the Chinese version just because it stands out a little bit more, but I don't really mind either of them. They look really good. Like the taillights are a little different, a little bigger, maybe a little lighter red. Really good. I feel like Donna's a little underrated. Like, if she wasn't released so much, I think she'd be a very popular Cars 1 character, and she still is, but she's definitely received a lot of releases over the years, and that's kind of saturated the market for her and Jonathan. That's why people look at Japeth and Michael Sparkburr with such reverence. They never got re-released. My New Year's resolution, guys, is to not complain about the state of the Cars line as much. I'm going to try and be more optimistic, even if, internally I don't feel great about it. I've expressed those thoughts tenfold in previous videos, so I'm going to try and be a little bit better. That is my New Year's resolution. What is yours in the comments below? Now, Donna is her own unique model, unless I'm completely brain farting, in which, what the hell, Mr. Docketer, you got to get better at that. You cannot be forgetting cars that share each other's models, but 99% sure Donna is her own unique model. But there are some similar ones, including Vern here. This is a 2013 version of Vern, who got released in the same series as Donna, despite not remotely appearing close to the Rust-eze tent. So that's why he always kind of gets associated with these guys. He is like a Cars 1 Piston Cup character, because he is at the LA Speedway at the end. And he also is very similar here to Donna. A two-door sedan, a very typical looking sedan. The side view mirrors look similar, the trunk looks similar, but they are different. And then I also have Axle Accelerator, who is a coupe. Or actually, no, he is also a sedan. He's probably the most similar. I don't know. Maybe Vern is. Axle's a little flatter. God, I would love a re-release of Axle Accelerator. He has got to be one of the most forlorn cars out there right now. He honestly will probably get an episode of Forlorn Favorites. I love this guy. Such a unique character that, people really just took for granted, because he did get released a lot back in the day. Got a Color Changers release even, and then now gone. Pretty much replaced by Marlon Clutch's McKay. Can't have too many similar looking police cars, right? But yeah, that is pretty much all I have for you guys for Donna Pitts. I want you to let me know in the comments below, who do you prefer, China or Thailand? I'm going to go with Thailand. I'm actually going to go out and say the Thailand version is better. We're going to see if the same holds true for Jonathan Wrenchworth when I review him here soon. Probably going to record that video like in a couple minutes, because I already have everybody I really need for that video on the table, but won't be posting it for a while. I want to spread it out. Donna will come first. Don't really know why. Yeah, see, it's a subconscious thing. I do know why. It's because Donna was claimed by Mattel as like the main Rust-eze tent character outside of Fred. And then Rusty and Dusty are kind of their own separate thing. But yeah, Donna is just like the prime eagle, if you guys know what I'm saying. Like, she is just the leader of the clan. Otherwise, I probably would have done Jonathan first, even though he's not even a Rust-eze tent character, but he kind of feels like he is. Maybe he even is there. He was in the commercial. Maybe they invited him to the tent. Who knows? Now, actually, before we close off, I want to be as thorough as possible. You can click off if you want, but I did do a review of the Thailand variant of Andy Gearsdale that you can check out in the description below and card suggestion pop-up. And I think I also said that he's better than the original Chinese version. And yeah, it just kind of goes to show that Mattel can do these Rust-eze cars better than cars that are littered with decals. And also, yeah, Andy is a little heavier. He does have the high plate though, but the windows are a part of the main metal body. So interesting. Kind of cool to see a couple of these rusty cars from both countries. Would have loved to see Japeth get a re-release, or Michael Sparkber. Probably won't be seeing a Thailand review out of me for Jay Schuster just because of how rare that one was. But I also did Fred. Fred's another one that we did, I believe, a couple years ago now, maybe 2 years ago. I think it was like December of 2023, yeah. So I'll leave all that content in the description below. I'll see you guys soon for another video. Bye now.